All right. What does the change of government mean for the Israeli PM? Because there are reports that basically he and the president-elect have been on the blower and that they see eye to eye on the situation. Is that eye to eye on Iran? What's this mean?
Well, I think they do see eye to eye on Iran. Iran's military power has to be damaged and they mustn't get nuclear weapons. But I think really Netanyahu wants this war to end on his terms, and he thinks that Trump might agree with those terms. So the big thing for the two of them is re-energising the broader Abraham Accords between Israel and Arab states, particularly Saudi Arabia.
Mm. And that was a real legacy of the Trump administration at the time. How do you read the media reporting that there's been now multiple conversations too between Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump since last week's result? I mean, if the US does wind out of Ukraine, Michael, are the European nations going to step up and fill the void?
Well, it's very interesting, isn't it, that Donald Trump's had multiple conversations with Putin, but only one short conversation with Ukraine's leader, Zelensky. The Europeans cannot fill the American gap on supporting Ukraine with military supplies. That's why Biden is rushing things that he should have given to Ukraine much earlier into Ukraine now before his term ends. But it looks to me like Trump wants two deals. He wants the Israel deal, which re-energizes the Abraham Accords and brings Saudi Arabia into a close relationship with Israel. That's what he wants in the Middle East. In Ukraine, he wants the war to end, but on terms that look like they will favour Putin more than Zelensky.
Domestically, I want to go to this issue of new urgent surveillance laws talked about by the government. This time last year, the coalition was dragooned into supporting legislation from Labor about preventative detention orders. Well, 12 months on, not one order has been lodged by the government. They now want basically a blank cheque to remediate that recent High Court decision, ruling out ankle bracelets and other surveillance mechanisms. What do we know about this?
Well, we know that the government's saying they're going to rush more urgent legislation through, just like they did last Christmas. But really, anyone in the parliament who gives this government a blank cheque to deal with another High Court decision showing they've failed with what they planned to do last time has got to be a victim of that saying the definition of stupidity is to keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result.
I could not agree more. These guys can't draft legislation at all. Everything they've put through with all the resources of government, Michael, as you know, has been found wanting. It's had multiple amendments, not just in the Senate, but on the floor of the House. That stuff really rarely ever happens, and it tells me they've got great problems, not just in the drafting office, but back in the department, as we can see, that fixation on bloody flags behind the officials. I'll leave it there. I'll get too cranky. Michael Shoebridge, thank you for your time.